Hello, welcome back, Epic parents and students and teachers. Thank you so much for being here. I say students and teachers because I had a couple students reach out to me last week. Somebody said, I was watching, and I thought, well, awesome. What'd you think? And he said, I loved it. So welcome students, welcome teachers, welcome parents. Glad you're here back with us on another Facebook Live. Oh no, there we go. We're back. I hear you talking about it all the time on the Facebook groups and everything else. Curriculum. We're going to be talking about curriculum today. So in order to do this, I've asked in the parent Facebook group, and we in the previous week, what do you want to know about curriculum? So we've got a few questions to get going, but we need you right now to post in the comments section. Okay, so ask your questions here, and while we're waiting for some of those questions to come through, let me introduce my panel. I've got an amazing couple of ladies with me today. Kathy Shaw, Summer Neal, thank you for being here. You guys are awesome. You seriously, like, both of you bring joy to my life every time I get to speak to you. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Kathy, tell us who you are and what you do here at Epic Charter School.
So I am Kathy Shaw, and I am the Director of Instructional Coaches. I have 15 instructional coaches on my team, and they help support teachers with instruction and helping them navigate curriculum and helping them solve problems, but also layering curriculum supplements to individualized learning.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Yes, give her the yes. And I didn't do my beginning thumbs up heart emojis. We'll get into it. Don't you worry. But before we do, Summer Neal, tell me who you are and what you do for Epic.
Yes, well, my name is Summer Neal. I'm the social studies instructional coach. Essentially, I help create supplemental social studies lessons for grades K through 12. I also help with, or I'm the point person for Apex, Strong Mind, Brain Pop, and also we have a new diversity program that we're working on, and I'm helping lead that.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. So now that we've got a few of you here, if you have been to one of our Epic Live events before, I want you right now, smash the heart emoji. Go for it. Go crazy. I'm looking at you. Go. All right. All right. I'm seeing it. This is awesome. And if you've never been a part of our Epic Facebook Live Friday events, hit the like button. Just show us a like. Show us that you're here. Look at you guys go. Now I see some smiley faces and some crying faces. Hopefully that has nothing to do with how you're feeling and you maybe just had busy fingers going. Okay, so y'all, we had, I kind of padded our discussion today with some questions that were coming through to us from last week and then even today, okay? So let me get that to you first. Sarah Mitchell wants to know, I would be curious to know general similarities and differences between Strong Mind and Bright Thinker. I know Bright Thinker has a feature where you adjust the end date in the calendar function. Does Strong Mind have that as well? And Sarah, you got lucky because we've got our Strong Mind guru here. And we're going to give each of you some time to talk about it because I know, Kathy, you've used the Bright Thinker, and Summer, you've got the Strong Mind. But Summer, tell us, does Strong Mind have the ability to allow for, hi, kitty cat, allow for changing the
Yes, it does. So the teacher has the ability to set start and end dates, and they also have the ability to cascade those due dates so that the assignments are stretched out between whatever start and end date that the teacher chooses. So regardless of where you start or what date you start, you can get off and running and have everything aligned for when you need to have it done.
Awesome. And hi, DOG. Guys, give DOG some love. Hello. So we don't need a cat filter. We've got a real cat here today.
There you go.
Kathy, tell me some of the great options that Bright Thinker has, and then maybe Summer, come in right after her and tell us some of the similarities and differences there.
So Bright Thinker also has those dates that she was talking about where you can set the start and the end date and cascade it. Bright Thinker also has the ability for teachers to give immediate feedback, to type in recommendations that students might need to take into consideration when editing an assignment. So it's not just multiple choice. Teachers can also excuse assignments if they choose a better, maybe a project or an offline assignment for that student. So they have many different options where it's just not plug and play as far as putting the student in the curriculum and they work straight through it. There are so many options to individualize for each student.
Great, thank you. And Summer, tell us maybe some of the similarities and something that sets Strong Mind apart.
Right. So Strong Mind has the ability for the teacher to be able to exempt assignments and add different assignments if they so desire. The format is essentially for every single course, there are 6 units. Each unit is broken up into 5 lessons. Each lesson has a workbook, a checkpoint, and then a unit exam, which is really nice because Strong Mind chunks the information in the lesson and then gives a workbook, which is like a formative assessment, which is kind of a check to make sure that the student understands that bit of information that has been covered. And then the students can do the workbook over and over and over again until they get that information down and mastered. Then with the checkpoint, the student can go in and have what we call a summative assessment, which is an overall graded assessment on that information. It's really nice. There are discussions, there are projects, and we find that special education students do really well with it, but the course is because of the way that it's structured, but the course is very rigorous. And we have on-level and honors courses available, and it's grade 6 through 12.
Awesome. That is great information. Thank you. So anybody out there that was wondering about those two, there was some great information for you. Now, we've got some questions coming through on the line, so let's go ahead and get to them. JNZ Davis wants to know, is Plato rigorous enough to prepare a student to attend OSU? And so, Ms. Davis, I would say, just so you know, I believe most of our curriculum options are rigorous enough. Well, I say most, but now that we've eliminated some at the high school level and have really got a strong focus on the high school curriculum, I would say yes. If you're taking an online curriculum here, it's rigorous enough to add or to get your kiddo into OSU. Here's the thing though, you get to determine rigor a lot of times. So they can go through this, but if you think, you know what, I did too much testing out, maybe do a project to prove that mastery. If you still don't know it, even though you made an 80%, but you don't feel good enough about it, then go do more work. You get to determine the level of rigor for your kiddo and based on whether you want your kiddo to get scholarships, whether you just want them to get accepted. Do you want them to have a high enough ACT score that will get them into OSU versus testing into? So, I mean, there's all kinds of different paths that you would take, but I do believe all of our core curriculum options that are available for high school are rigorous enough to get your kiddo into OSU. That's a great question, though. Mike wants to know, which first grade curriculums are adaptive? That's a great question, and I know that it's probably going to be year to year specific because some of them are adaptive 1 year, and then either because of pricing on the vendor side or the level of rigor, we've removed some of that adaptive curriculum. But can you guys, off the top of your head, Summer, are any of your curriculum options that you manage adaptive?
Actually, StrongMind and Apex are only for middle school and high school. One of our supplements, Brain Pop, is adaptive in that the teacher can choose which lessons they want to use. I believe or actually Exact Path, I think, may be one, but Kathy may be able to answer that a little better because I'm more focused on the middle school and high school stuff.
Got it. Okay, Kathy, what do you got for me?
Exact Path, yes, absolutely. And then, I mean, Samobi Max could be adaptive, but I would say Exact Path.
Yeah, and ABC Mouse as well will move you through. Sorry, I forgot about ABC Mouse. That one can be adaptive as well.
Very good. J and Z, you're welcome. I'm glad we were able to get you enough information there. Amber says, upper elementary, what curriculum is going to be similar to Pathblazer? I need something that's not heavy in writing. And so, Amber, that's a great question. There are several options available, but just so you know, I don't know what you had experienced before with the heavy writing, but writing is a huge part from about 4th grade through senior high. And so all of the writing that's involved in the curriculum options, and I know Odysseyware gets a bad rap for so much writing because you have to explain your answers, but based on depth of knowledge, and you guys can look this up, there's depth of knowledge 1, 2, 3, and then 4. 3 is that depth of knowledge where we are asking the child to explain what they know. And if they can more than just get the right answer and show their work, but then explain what they know, that's hitting that depth of knowledge 3. And I know that, you know, we've all got opinions about state testing. I personally don't mind it, you know, but there's a lot of depth of knowledge 2 and 3 on that state test. On the ACT, they're talking, I mean, not the ACT, the college entrance exams, there are writing portions where you have to explain your answer. And so explaining your answer and writing is a huge portion of schoolwork from about 4th grade through senior high. So again, don't know what the reason is behind that question, and maybe you can fill us in, but ladies, are there curriculum options? And I guess, Kathy, I'm going to you on this one. Are there curriculum options where it may be a little less intense on writing, but still kind of the same setup to Pathblazer?
That's a very good question. Bright Thinker is a good choice, but there's writing in there. There's definitely writing. But I agree with Erin that it's an important part of that process, just that metacognitive process too, like to be able to explain what you know, you really understand whether or not the student knows it and what depth they know it. And when they write, we can also see any misconceptions that that student might be having, and that pathway of thought and knowledge, and that teacher can come in and maybe remediate or use that writing piece to really help guide instruction or further instruction. So I agree with Erin that, but I also understand you might not want 10 essays in a semester. So I would say Bright Thinker. I also like Odysseyware. Odysseyware can be heavy in some essays, but teachers can go through and excuse some of those and work with the family on that.
I know in Odysseyware, when I was teaching and a kiddo would come to me, or a parent would come to me and say, hey, there's so much writing. Is there any way we can knock it off? I'd say, you know what? For every other writing assignment, let's have a discussion. And if you can tell me where we're at versus having to write it down and go through the mechanics and the setting it up. I mean, by the end of the year, you're going to know how to support your answer. But maybe every other writing assignment, let's have a discussion about that instead of the writing assignment. And so that's an option that you can ask your teacher to help you with. iProphecy, AYY Prophecy says, do you have any Spanish classes for elementary students? And as far as the curriculum options go, not necessarily, but I do know that we have purchased things like Rosetta Stone and I don't know if Babbel is one because it's a monthly reoccurring charge, but what's the Mango Language is another great one. And I would say for the elementary level, Mango Language is really good for helping your kiddo learn Spanish. And it is a supplemental program that you can add to your core curriculum. Roberta says, is Acellus going to be an approved curriculum so we don't have to have ExactPath? That's a great question, Roberta. As a matter of fact, in the parent group, I know that Amanda Cole was asking the same thing earlier today. So Kathy, give me the long and short about the Acellus program and what we will be able to see for next year.
So we did meet with them last week. We were very excited too. Teachers, parents, students have been coming to us about it. When we met with them, we found out that they are not able to accommodate our needs and requirements for a school-wide adoption, which breaks our heart, but it's still available as a supplement that you can purchase Power Homeschool. So it's the same curriculum, it's just packaged differently where it's more parent-led versus teacher-led. So Power Homeschool could be purchased as a supplement and your teacher could work with you on that. We're not going to abandon trying with Acellus. We'll try maybe next year. Hopefully next year they can, next year at this time, we'll reach out to them and see if maybe they can accommodate our needs as a school. So thank you.
Very good. Yes, it's so hard when we have these conversations, and we know you love it, and we can see that there's even a small population of you that have used it as a supplement. And so anytime we see that there's kind of a boost in those offline options, we do our best to bring it on school-wide. It just sometimes doesn't get to work. Thank you for that answer. So let me see here. Megan says, I'm sorry, but I've become confused. Are grades 4 and below losing Pathblazer? My kids love it. What do you know for me on that question, Miss Kathy?
So with our Flash update, when Flash went away, Adobe Flash went away in January, Pathblazer is not as complete as it's been in the past. So we're looking at maybe having it as a supplement because we do have math and ELA in there with the OAS standards, but we don't have science and social studies. So it's not a complete core anymore, and we don't want to mislead or sell that to, provide that for families. So it might go to the supplement side.
And there's always the option that the parent company comes in and makes it a little bit more robust over the summer too. So, as far as what the future holds, we can't always give great information, but hopefully they make it more robust. Otherwise, we will have to figure out something else. And I'm so sorry, Miss Megan. Let me see. Amber says, we do a separate writing curriculum. So Amber, that's great news, actually, for your previous question. If you have a separate writing curriculum and your teacher knows about it, see if you can work together about removing some of that writing content then. I know the IEW program is great and teaches writing, but sometimes and there's a difference between the depth of knowledge 3, explain your answer, and then writing an essay. And so I would just make sure you're being specific about what you're getting rid of so that your kiddos can still get the standards they need at the level they need them. Let me see here. Oh, and Amanda Cole says Duolingo is another great program for early learners and Spanish. So there you go. Megan says, thank you. That was a great answer. Let me see. Amber says, autistic kiddo who cannot handle tons of writing. And so again, if Pathblazer is going away, I would definitely, especially work with your teacher and Pathblazer. If it is going away, work with your teacher to find out maybe even how to piece together some content. I know in the past, we used Fuel Ed for our schooling for my kiddos, but we didn't do the online part because we had Study Island and IXL. And so we did the core materials, but, supplemented from other things. And so work with your teacher to find out if there isn't a single core, how you can still meet the standards. And we've got Google Classrooms, we've got all kinds of things set up for kiddos now, as we're seeing that the personalized needs to be brought forward a little more. I hope that helps.
I will say that if the autistic child is a middle school student, StrongMind would probably be a very good option for them, because it is completely online and there isn't, and other than the projects, there's not a lot of excessive writing in it.
Excellent. Very good. Leela says, Miss Leela Patton says, I've been homeschooling my children for 9 years. This is my first introduction to Epic. How do I find out more information on what Epic offers? Leela, this is a great question. You come here every single Friday. You enroll. You can go to our website and enroll. You can always call me or get a hold of me via email. My email address, there it is erin.barnes@Epic Charter Schools. I am not bragging, just so you know, but I love talking Epic Charter Schools more than any other person around. My buddy Scott Trower likes to tell stories at PLCs. I don't remember where we were together, but somebody asked, oh, are you with Epic? And I was like, here's my business card. Here you go, my telephone number. Let's talk. And Leela, if you want to know more about Epic, you just send me an email. We'll exchange numbers and we will talk, okay? Haiti says, how does transition work on student with IEP? How does transition works on student with IEP? Haiti, will you give me a follow-up? I'm not really sure, unless, ladies, you have any idea what she's talking about and I'm just missing it. Okay, so Haiti, give me a follow-up question. I want to be able to help you out. Nana T says, still confused as to what to replace PB with for next school year. And Nana, that's a hard one. Are you talking about just your twins? Because there are so many options available. This is where I would get your teacher involved. If you go to our epiccharterschools.org website, there's a whole host of curriculum options on there. You can go in and see who it's for, learning styles, the courses that are available. Now, just so you know, I think every other month we're updating this, because the courses that were available this year might not be available next year. And that's not an Epic choice. It's what the vendor has decided that they're going to put into. And so when you are choosing a curriculum, go through there and learn as much as you can. But tell me, Nana, if I remember correctly, your twin boys are in second grade now. What are some of the options we have for third graders for next school year?
For next school year, third grade, let's see, Odyssey-ware, Bright Thinker. Accelerate. Hold on, let me keep thinking.
I know.
Let's see.
I know there are so many options, and so I apologize. I put you on the spot.
No, it's okay. And let's see, MobyMax. Let's see.
Oh, and while you're looking that up, Miss Nana T, MobyMax may be an option for your kiddos, because based on what you've said in the past, in your email to me, you might ask your teacher about MobyMax being an option. That when you said that, Kathy, I was like, oh yeah, say that one.
Yeah. Another one would be, I believe, Fuel Ed is one. Bright Thinker. This is third grade, correct? Odyssey-ware would be one. Hold on. I actually cheated and went to the website.
That's where I am right now too. I'm like,
and is that where you are as well? Yeah.
We posted it in the links as well, ladies. So thank you. You guys are Awesome. Tracy says, 3 of my favorite people. Y'all are doing a great job. Thank you, Miss Tracy. Haiti says, I have a student with an IEP. He is graduating soon. What are the options? And Haiti, I still, I am so sorry. I don't fully understand the question, but I mean, graduating soon, what are the options for after college? I mean, after high school, or I don't know. I'm so sorry, Miss Haiti. I still need more. And you can always email me as well after this conversation is over, and I can help you way more detailed, and whenever you and I have the one-on-one conversation. Let me see. I want video heavy core and supplement with writing and such from Nana T. So video heavy core is going to be hard. And here's the thing, just the long and short of it. People are not writing curriculum very well yet at the elementary level. They've got the rigor there. They've got the relevance there. But as far as making it less read to learn, it's really hard at these grade levels. You'll find more video-based content at the upper levels. However, Khan Academy is a free curriculum that you can use to supplement education. It is video heavy. There are typically 4 to 5 videos for every 2 quizzes. I mean, my own kids are using it for math, and I just started them in the English beta that they've got going on right now, reading beta, not English. They have a grammar class. The grammar class gets hard quick. So, let them go as far as they can go in it. There's social studies in there. It's more the high school content, but there's nothing saying that your kiddo can't learn the high school content as long as it meets their standards. Let me see here. We've got a few more questions. I see people going crazy over there. I love it. Stephanie says, is APEX the only option for AP classes? If we went with honors, what's the best option other than APEX? That's a great question. AP, we are using the One Choice right now, but what are some great other honors courses that we offer, guys?
Strong Mind has a really Strong Mind starting next year will have honors courses in both middle school and high school, as well as gen ed courses. APEX is the only core that we have that we use for advanced placement courses. And there are only certain advanced placement courses that are available for that. But generally speaking, Strong Mind, APEX, OdysseyWare, I believe, has some honors courses. But those are the 3 most rigorous honors courses that we have.
Okay. And awesome. Stephanie sent a follow-up. Can they do offline content? And that's a great question. As long as we're seeing that it meets an honors code, and it's got to be approved by your teacher. It might even have to be approved by one of our curriculum vendors. When we're talking about replacing a regular class, totally different story. We can use offline content a little easier, but when we're talking about grabbing honors course credit, it's a little bit more difficult of a conversation. And then AP, no, because we have to go through a very rigorous AP process to be able to offer this. This is why we hadn't offered it before this year. We would send people to college to grab those rigorous classes. So if you find one, definitely bring it to your teacher and let's see about getting it approved. Guys, we are coming so close on time. I'm going to go rapid fire here. Carla, with the win, coming in and saying Accelerate is heavy video. That's great. Thank you, Carla. Monica says, it just popped on me. Is iReady an approved core curriculum for first grade? Kathy, do you know if iReady is approved for first grade?
Yes, it is, K through 2nd grade.
Awesome. Amanda says, we love the Fuel Ed honors classes. Thank you, Amanda. Are there any curriculum with textbooks? And so that's, Rhonda, a hard one. There are some that come with textbooks, especially Fuel Ed, the Calvert curriculum. They are very difficult for some people to manage and figure out, but it doesn't mean that it's not there. And if you're diligent and willing, then yes, it's available. Edgenuity has a few. Thank you, Jay. Apex has been great for my children for honors. This is awesome. Okay, it looks like the questions here are kind of done, but if you have more, always email me, always come back to me. Guys, show some love right now for these two for answering these difficult curriculum questions. Yes, I see you going nuts. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So next week, we are going to be talking about the EPIC Essentials. And I know that you guys want to talk EPIC Essentials. You want to know all the ins and outs about it. So join us next week, and we'll be here to answer those. Until then, thank you for making EPIC the top place to work and the top place to learn.